Hi, I'm Steve from the Stonecrafting Workshop. Welcome. The last few days I've been struggling with a little craft project to make a Maori or Polynesian style hook out of onyx, and it was a piece of onyx exactly like this. This is I had an onyx candle holder that I sliced up, and this is another piece, and it didn't go exactly as I planned. I managed to break it, and I managed to burn it, and I managed to ruin the polish on it. But then at the end I managed to recover the situation, and at least partially recover the situation, and produce something that I was actually really proud of doing. I'm really pleased to do, and it was really enjoyable. Working onyx is a real pleasure compared to many other stones you can work. So join me in the workshop and I'll show you what happens over the next few days, over the last few days, and at the end of it I'll try and explain a few of the wrinkles and where it went wrong and what I would do differently next time. A little bit of thought. I've only ever done one of these once before, and that was on limestone, and I simply used a Dremel and it wasn't very good. So what I decided to do, you saw me working on this, was to take off as much of the waste material and shape as much of this body as I could before I attempt to cut this round, because obviously once I cut that round the whole thing starts to get a bit on the flimsy side, fragile side. So that's the plan. But I finished for today, and I'm moderately pleased. I mean, it could all fall apart, of course, but let's see what happens tomorrow. Oh blast. Well, I can't say it's completely unexpected. It actually has a natural crack across that. I pointed out a bit earlier in a couple of the parts of the video. So what now? Well, I think now I'm going to glue it together and carry on. No point in wasting it, is there? It's all good experience. So here we are back. I've repaired the damaged piece across here using a two-part epoxy. But I think you can see it's cracked here and here as well. I should be a bit more careful about my choice of stone in future. But I'm going to continue, I'm going to persevere, because there's a few things I want to try out. And you never know your luck. I might just get away with it. And if I don't, I don't. I wanted to show you this at this stage. In the previous brief clip I showed you it polished, and at that time I thought it was finished. I actually did the outro, the voiceover outro, but I really wasn't happy with the finish that I'd managed to achieve. It had lots of ripples in it and little scratches and lumps and bumps. So today I came back to it and I started out with 320 grit wet and dry, which is very coarse, and I went back and I rubbed it all over with that, and I started again, and I've used the 320, a 500 grit and a 600 grit, and this is it at the 600 stage. And it's already hugely better than it was yesterday. I'm actually quite pleased with this. I can't do anything about these cracks. They were in the marble. I also messed it up because I tried to polish it using a buffer, a cloth buffer on the Dremel, and that's actually burned the marble here and here, which again has spoiled it. But all these things are lessons learned, so I don't begrudge it, and I'm going to carry on and do the whole thing by hand. That's it after the 2500 grit, and it's already actually got a polish on it. Wet carborundum paper, and I'm polishing it with that, which I'm quite impressed with. I'm going to push on, and the next time you see it I'll be finished. I'm going to use the 4000 grit next. Right, that's it. I'm not going to do any more. That is simply polished using paper carbide, wet and dry paper discs by hand, and it's got really quite a nice polish on it, and I'm really pleased with the finish of this. It doesn't compare to some of the people you see on Pinterest and YouTube who are just geniuses at this sort of thing, but I reckon for a first attempt that's not bad. Then I'll take some photos, and in the photos I'll try and highlight some of the faults, the features that have gone wrong. My first mistake was choosing this bit of marble because of the cracks within it. I could see them and I just ignored them and ploughed on ahead. So in future I'm going to be more careful about the piece of stone, the piece of onyx I choose. I then try to polish it using machine tools to try and speed the process up, and that really didn't work. It was not very nice at all, and in the process I created burns and there and there. But anyway, I'll take some photographs, some close-ups, and let you see what it really looks like. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I hope it inspires you to have a go. Carving onyx is really enjoyable compared to almost anything else I've tried. So get yourself a bit of onyx and give it a go. Only try something a bit simpler to start with. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see me carving more onyx, I've got loads of onyx I've picked up, and in a later video I'll tell you how you can pick up onyx by the bucket load really cheaply. Please subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, thank you for watching.